Welcome to our next episode.
And welcome back. We are on the Stewart Highway going north.
Going north.
We left you on our last episode from Coopapedy. So we spent the night tonight in Marla. Nice little caravan park behind the roadhouse. And yeah, we're heading north.
Heading north.
The main highway that most people do when they're heading up to Darwin. So we'll show you some things along the way. Come for the drive.
Come for the drive.
So our next little stop is at the border, Northern Territory border. We're here. All right, here I am, SA. Here's our line. Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2. Now I'm in NT.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it?
So when you get here to the border, you get some information. Northern Territory, some maps. There's public toilets, of course. And you can also stay overnight with the caravan through the back there. There's some caravan spaces, which we have spent the night here before. Wasn't bad. Our next stop along the highway is the Culgira Roadhouse. This is the first pub in the Northern Territory. There's a giant beer can. And there's a clothesline where you can hang your unwanted boots. Is it a boot line? It's not a boot tree. I don't know. But it's one of them quirky things. Somewhere there to stick your head. I have done that before. I do look pretty good in those bikinis. So once you get to the Culgira Roadhouse, this is where you can turn off to go to Fink. And that's also the way down to the Lambert Centre, which is the geographical centre of Australia. We actually unhitched in Culgira, left our van here, spent the night here and drove out to the geographical centre. It's a good day trip. This is our next campsite for the night, Earldunda Roadhouse, which is the next one up the highway. And look who our neighbour is. Where you going, matey? Come and say hello to the camera. Hello? Hello? This must be the pet camel. So this is pretty cool. He's just hanging around outside the van. So out the back you've got camels. This is at the front. And you've got a big kind of aviary here full of emus. Emus at the roadhouse. So we're just taking a little walk here up to the sunset viewing platform at the Earldunda Roadhouse Caravan Park. There's a few people up here already. See Mrs. Camel. I think she's a Mrs. So we're about to head off here from Earldunda. It's quite an expensive camp, really, $36 unpowered. But not every day you get to camp beside a camel, so you know that kind of makes up for it. So after leaving the Earldunda Roadhouse, we've headed towards Uluru. This is the turn off here, the Red Centre Way. So we have done Uluru or Ayers Rock 3 times in the past. So we're not going to go there this time. But Kings Canyon, we've only done once. So time to head to Kings Canyon this trip. Well, we made it to Kings Canyon. So we've set up camp in the campground and it's afternoon. So we're going to just do the creek walk to start with. It's a short one, only an hour or so through the creek. Here we go, we're following the red arrows on the Kings Creek walk. Glenn's in his element. Haven't even started the track yet. Birds are very happy at this time of day. It's late afternoon, so it's a nice time to be doing this. The colours on the rocks and all the birds are flicking around. Isn't this a nice peaceful area to sit, watch the colours change and the birds. So this is a really beautiful, easy walk. So if you're worried about fitness and not being able to do the rim walk, this walk is pretty well right for everyone. It's flat, paved. There's a couple of steps, so not wheelchair friendly, but almost. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, today's the day.
Can we go through the turnstile?
We're puffing already.
Yep.
We ran into a ranger yesterday when we did the creek walk, who told us when you do this climb, time is your friend. So take your time. We found a flat spot. Still climbing though. There's a car park down there. So when you make it to the top, here you go. There's a defibrillator on the edge of the cliff. And an emergency telephone to call the ranger. There's 4 or 5 of them along the route, I think, once you get to the top. And here's the emergency helicopter landing pad up the top. There's a big first aid box there behind that tree. It's not for the faint-hearted. I was just saying, I wonder how these beautiful white gums survive in the rock. And blow me down, there's a sign.
It says making the most of the cracks. So the Morini sandstone's a bit brittle, and 350 million years ago, the cracks are clearly visible from the air. Evidence of an ancient seabed here.
All right, now we're approaching the cliff. Wow. This is what we'd read about. There's a locked gate partway for those people who don't want to do the steep climb. You can come back to front, but you can only get to here where the locked gate is. So that's the gate, the end of the south wall return walk. Can't go any further than that locked gate. Turn around, go back the way you came. Well, this looks like a pretty good spot for a sandwich. Vegemite sandwich stop. Get some energy for the rest of the
I come from land down
trek.
under.
Oh, I love Vegemite sandwiches. I forgot to put cheese on yours, Glenn.
Oh, what?
Sorry.
God.
He's a Vegemite cheese boy.
Piss off.
All right, here's to lunch. This is a pretty scene. So that's over there looking at the north wall. Up there is where they meet, the south wall on the other side. So we're at the junction of Kings Canyon, looking down into the lush greenery down here. I think now it's time to make the descent. Survivors from a wetter time.
Yeah, the cycads. McDonnell Ranges cycads.
Glenn's got his stick back out for going down these rocky bits.
This is where we fall off the cliff.
It's a bit close, isn't it, going down? Be careful. Well, we're done. The car park is in sight.
Yes.
So, what do you think of the walk, Glenn?
It was very up and down and better than last time I attempted it.
Yeah, I think it was much better to do the steep climb at the start. Like coming back down, it's steep for quite some time and rocky. I think you're better off to get the climb over and done with.
Yeah.
And if you do it back to front, you can't see it all anyway, because once you get to that locked gate...
Yeah, we did see some elderly women doing it the other way,
but that's
we'll read about them.
Well, it's a bit dangerous because the signage is only facing one way, so you could easily get lost if you do go through that locked gate. Yeah. So anyway, it was a great walk. We both enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think a nice shower will go down well.
Yep.
We're in the caravan park, the Discovery Park at Kings Canyon. We're in the unpowered section, but there's still allocated sites in with the powered ones, which is not what we expected. We just thought it'd be like Uluru, where you'd get a big open paddock and choose your own spot. But no, you're told where to go. We're just taking a wander down the back of the park. So there's a lot of people up there at that bar or whatever it is, waiting for these things to light up. This is on the road out of Kings Canyon, some wild brumbies on the side of the road. These ones aren't in a hurry to move.
No. Surely there's nothing on the road.
They're teenagers. They're stubborn like teenagers. Off they go. So when you leave Kings Canyon to head to Alice Springs, there's several routes. Via the bitumen is one, the Marini Loop is another, which we have done in the past. So we've chosen this third way, which is the Ernest Giles Road. We've just hit the dirt section, 100 k's through until the highway. Alright, so this is what we were hoping to see. Some wild camels on the Ernest Giles Road. Looks like a mummy and some babies there. There they go, off to the side.
Well, we did this Ernest Giles Road because it took us past the Henbury meteorite site.
And it's a road that we haven't driven before.
Yeah.
Whereas the Menindee Loop we have done before. It's very scenic, that drive. But hey, so's this one been.
Yep.
We've seen lots of wildlife, haven't we, Glenn?
We have seen lots of wildlife. Well, camels and
Brumbies.
brumbies.
A goanna that was sand coloured.
Yep, I missed him.
Too quick for a photo. Been a good drive.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. It's nice and wide, which is good. You can pick all your lines.
A few corrugation, lots of dips actually.
Yeah, fair few dips.
But we'll go and show you this meteorite crater.
Yeah.
Alright, we're at the Henbury meteorite craters. Now you do need a national park pass or pay national park fees to visit here, and you need it for Kings Canyon too, so we bought a 12-month pass, which suited us, as the one under that was only 2 weeks. We're going to be in NT for a few months. So what does it say about the craters?
Around 4,000 years ago, a large meteorite travelling at over 40,000 kilometres an hour broke up before impact and hit the surface of the Earth at Henbury. There's about 12 craters around the place, from 7 metres to 180 metres.
So one big one and then lots of bits that smashed off it and made little craters.
Yeah, it broke up as it came into the atmosphere.
Bang, 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 bang. Glenn's going to put the drone up though. I'm sure you'll get a better idea from that. So this happened pretty recently, really, in the timeline of the Earth, only 4,000 years ago. So the Aboriginals would have been around, and wow, wouldn't that have given them an almighty shock? It sure made a dent in the Earth. So we've moved up another 50 k's from the craters, and we found ourselves here at the Stewart's Well Free Camp. It's just a big car park, really. You need to stay around the perimeter to allow the trucks to turn. So this is the well at Stewart's Well. Glenn's taken a wander down here because there's more than likely going to be some birds down here. Alright, so here comes one emu. He's seen some nice green lettuce. So this is the Stewart's Wells Roadhouse that you camp beside for free, or out in the back there's powered sites. There's a camel farm next door. So here's the camel. Must have had a broken leg at some point. That's creative. Give him a crutch there.
So we did the Ernest Giles Road then. So Giles was an explorer that went from here, the telegraph line, to Perth, which wasn't a bad trot, in 1875. So to prove it wasn't a fluke, he did it back again in 1876.
So we've arrived in Alice Springs.
Yep. We think it's the 6th time we've been here, not too sure.
Oh, we were doing a count on the way here, not sure, 5 or 6. But it's a shame Alice Springs has got a bit of a bad reputation in recent times. And we've even heard of travellers doing their lap who just skip Alice Springs altogether, which is a real shame. So much to see here. As we said, this could be our 6th time and we're still going to stay 4 nights. And yeah, heaps to see and do. West McDonald's, East McDonald's, in town. So many tourist attractions that you won't be sorry if you stay here a week, believe me.
Yeah.
We'll show you a few of them, not all of them because we've done lots before. But we'll show you a few of the sites and make sure you stay here. So today we've come for a drive west of Alice Springs, through the West McDonald Ranges to the town of Hermannsburg. We have this rather large monument here because Hermannsburg is the home of Albert Namatjira, one of the most famous Aboriginal artists. So this is saying that this landscape inspired the artist Albert Namatjira. So this is just on the outside of town, Hermannsburg. We're going to go in and check it out. So this is the Lutheran church just outside the historic precinct, and the Lutherans are the reason Hermannsburg is here. So the German Lutheran mission established Hermannsburg, and the historic precinct over here, where we'll learn all about the history of Hermannsburg. So this is the old Bethlehem Church. Look at all the people here.
The church was supposed to have a bell tower, but when they were going to build it, they weren't confident it would last on the sandy soil, so they strung the bell between two trees. This one was living at the time.
There's some tea rooms here in the precinct as well. So there's lots of pies and cake choices there in the cafe. Glenn's chosen the pasty today. It's another knife and fork episode with the pasty.
Well, I was just cutting it in half.
It's a nice little tea house, and look at this nice little view that we've got here. With a cup of tea and a pasty.
Okay.
Some kitchen utensils, the fire, but have a look at this. The porridge pot. Now that would feed a lot of people their porridge.
That's not how you cook porridge.
We actually had no idea how important this Hermannsburg mission was to Australian history, really. Unlike many other Australian missions, the Lutherans in Hermannsburg actually accepted the Indigenous language and encouraged it. They themselves learnt the language, and English was always a second language. Hermannsburg was considered a safe mission for Aboriginals to live, the main reason being that the mission provided protection from policies that separated children from their parents across the rest of the country. Now, I reckon that's pretty special. So that explains why the Aboriginals were happy to live in this mission. The children went to school, the men were taught skills to earn a living, and everyone here in this community was respected. So now we're on the drive out to Palm Valley.
Yep.
And four-wheel drive road out there. Just had to drive through the creek. 22 k's of this to get to Palm Valley. So this is the drive into Palm Valley. You're driving along the length of the river. So we've arrived at the start here of the Finch Gorge National Park. There are a few caravans up in front crossing the river. I don't know if someone might be stuck. All right, it looks like it. There's a lot of helpers going on up here. Oh, it looks like they've got the caravan out. There's a bit of cheering going on down there. You know, we had heard that this track was iffy whether you bring a caravan or not, which is why we thought we'd do a day trip. And I'm not sorry that we didn't come down here to camp. So now's the working bee to get rid of all the bits of wood and max tracks, find them all. All right, so here's the van that was parked in front of us, going to give it a go. Oh no, here he comes. Here he comes.
Go, Steve, go. Go.
He was the main helper to get the other van out, so we really hope he gets through. Oh no. Here come the helpers again from the tour group. This is a two-wheel drive trying to get through here. Another one. So now we've got old mate here's going to try and give him a tow. All going around this caravan.
I'll get him out.
Easy. Fast, 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 fast. Oh, fast, yes. That's it. Go, go, go. He's out. He's out. Woo! Well, Palm Valley is supposed to be beautiful. Once you get in there, we decided we'd turned around after seeing all those vehicles having so much trouble.
Vicky was chicken.
I was chicken, that's right. Yeah. Now it's our turn. Flat tyre. Drama. Alright, so tyres all fixed. Hope there's not a third drama on the way home. When you come to Alice Springs, a lot of the time is spent doing your routine jobs, like we have to get a new tyre now, or tyre fixed. But one of the things is your veggies and your fruit and your meat and your shopping. And this place is worth the drive, bit out of town, Milner Meats. We come here every time, really big range. So we've come out at night time. We're at the Alice Springs Desert Park and we're going to do a nocturnal tour.
See what kind of creatures come out at night time.
Ooh.
This top wire here is electrified. I'm not going to touch it and demonstrate for anybody, but it is.
So we finished at the nocturnal tour, which was good. We saw quite a few nighttime animals. That was good fun. So now we've come for a drive up to the Anzac Hill, which gives great views over the city. So today we've come along to the Reptile Centre in Alice Springs.
Yeah, we like lizards.
And the Thorny Devil. We've been wanting to see one of them in the wild for years.
Yeah.
We haven't been able
Very
to see
elusive.
one. Yeah. So we'll get to see one of those here.
I haven't seen a frill neck lizard either.
No.
In the wild.
Well, all frilled up, but we haven't seen one with a big fat neck either. We might see one of them too. Who knows?
Fat neck.
You know, frilly neck. You know what I mean. Well, he is a black-headed python, so maybe that's what he's doing. He's showing us his black head.
Stick their tail up as well, so all their behaviour is based on just trying to look like a dead leaf that's just blowing in the wind, and that's to evade predators. So their main predators, which are large birds, obviously they're up high, they look for big movement very quickly, so these guys just behaviourally adapted by deciding to move as literally as slow as possible. So all their belly prints, that's unique to this Thorny Devil, so it's basically, it's like a human thumbprint. So
He's very cold. He needs to stay with menopausal Vicky to warm him up.
Where's the keys for your car, mate?
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll just be looking for somewhere like your armpit or something just to wrap around and feel comfortable. So it's he's not trying to suffocate you or hurt anyone. He's he's a very, very friendly snake. He's basically a legless puppy.
A legless puppy.
Yeah.
Hairless puppy.
So it's Terry's feed day today. Terry hasn't been fed for 3 weeks, I think they said.
He missed.
Now you want to be in bed?
Yes, I do.
No.
So you hear that, those teeth, they've got the strongest bite force of any animal in the world. So it's quite a long stretch, it's about at a full-size adult. Terry's only a sub-adult. This is not a large saltwater crocodile. Terry's only about 3.5 metres, so they're full size. They can get well over 6 metres now.
Oh, Terry's got a full belly now.
Terry has. Well, he's had a chicken.
Terry. Look at his teeth. It's incredible.
He's busy now.
You'd think he'd got a full belly, he'd want to sleep. So while we've been staying at Alice Springs, we've been staying here at the Winter Sun Caravan Park. Really lovely park. Look at that green grass. So they get the sprinklers going as soon as somebody leaves. Unfortunately, it's not dog friendly, so only non-dog people are able to stay here, but it has been a really good base for our 4 days.
Just north of Alice, we're at the Tropic of Capricorn.
So the Tropic of Capricorn is the official boundary between the desert and the tropics.
Oh.
I read that on the sign, Glenn.
Excellent.
So it should start to get warmer from here.
Yep. Yep.
So now we've left Alice, I suppose it's a good time
Got the t-shirt.
to do a wrap up. Yeah, we couldn't find the devil's thorny, what are they?
Thorny devils.
Thorny devils in the wild, so we had to buy the shirt.
Yeah, I bought the shirt.
So we hope you've enjoyed this episode as we've travelled a bit north. We'll wrap it up here before we go further north.
It's downhill to Darwin. So please like and subscribe.
And we will see you on our next episode. Bye.
See you on the road.